Hello everyone, my name is Josh's Odd Collection, and today I wanted to show you a recent pickup of mine that happened earlier this week. So this set was actually passed off to me by someone named Jaws Cards. You can find them on Instagram. And he was actually looking at this listing because there was a one misprint in particular, an additional ink Kangaskhan, and he was looking to purchase it, but I believe the drive was about 4 hours from his house, and it was only 1 hour from mine. So he reached out to the seller. He had asked if the seller would be able to ship the cards to him, and the seller declined. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. So I had reached out to the seller, and I asked if he would ship to me. He said no, so I said, okay, when am I able to come down? We came to an agreement. And I drove down, I believe the same day that I talked to him, with my wife. It was an hour south, and we ended up settling on this deal for $300, which ends up being a great deal for me. I'll get a little bit more into the cards later. But first of all, this is a box that came with it, and as you can see, these are all sealed Diamond and Pearl era. These are third-party sealed cards. There's 15 cards plus a promo in them. I haven't opened any of them, and I've never seen this third-party company before. Looks like it's called MJ Holding Company. I don't know if they're still around. I don't know how much these are worth sealed. I'm honestly not sure what I'm going to do with them. I may open them myself. I may sell them. I am not sure at the moment, so I'm going to set these aside for now. And we can look at what else I got. So this is a tattoo series book that came with this. Not a whole lot to it, but I thought it was awesome because I am an oddish collector. And as you can see, there is an oddish tattoo right there. And this belonged to a kid named Mason. I don't know Mason, it was just part of the collection. I had asked the seller about these to try to get some more info on why he wasn't willing to ship them, because I found that to be a little unusual. And he actually is someone that will buy old storage units, ones that have been abandoned, and he'll sell everything that's inside. And lucky for me, he sold this. He didn't know there was a misprint in it that was probably worth 3 times what the entire collection was worth just for a single card. But hey, that's how it goes. So, as you can see, it's not in great shape. It's been colored on, but I will be saving the tattoos because I think they're pretty cool. So that's the first book out of the way. The second is this sticker series number 1, and there's actually 2 of these. And we can open it. Looks like the kid took all of the stickers except for these 2. Drew in it. I'll just show you all the pages just for historical reasons. But nothing too interesting with these either. I don't know if his parents knew that they were getting him 2 of the exact same book, and there's also a Weepin' Bell that has not been opened or has not been taken out of the sticker. Here's the second sticker series book. Same thing. We got a Nidoran there. Nothing too exciting. Got the Weedle. And there's my lovely Oddish. Gotta love it. And again, really didn't like Weepin' Bell. Fourth, we have this I Choose You postcard on back, which has this Golduck postcard. I've never seen this particular one before. Looks like it's just a, fun little book for the kids. There's another Oddish. We've got some Digletts. Nothing too interesting for adults. Probably considerably more fun for kids. But still cool to look at some of the old 90s era Pokemon stuff that came out. And finally, we have this Pokemon postcard book, which says there's 24 postcards plus the additional Horsey and Mr. Mime that you have to cut out on the back. So I'll just open through these real quick. I'm not sure what postcard was here, but it seems to be the only one that's been removed. So have all these, and then that's the backs. Then we get to the rest of them. Some pretty cool postcards. They're all in really good condition. No one really uses, at least I don't use postcards anymore, but hey, kind of cool to have, not too bad. But as you know, that's not why I purchased these. So this is the full binder. I haven't gone through these other than to make sure that the card that I wanted, the Kangaskhan, was in here. So this will be first time going through it. So as you can see, there are a bunch of stickers. I don't know, well, I don't know anything about these. The seller said that he had looked them up and he saw that they went for pretty good money. I don't know what he considers to be pretty good money, but if you know, feel free to let me know. So now we get to some of the hollows. And for those of you who are aware of the misprint, you can see the Kangaskhan right here on the right with the additional ink. So I will go ahead and pull that out and show you guys. Now, unfortunately, none of these have penny sleeves. I am going to fix that. As you can see, there's quite a bit of dirt on it. But the hollow looks pretty clean. I don't see any major scratches. It's not going to get a 10. But, you know, the edges, the borders, they're all in really good condition for being in an old binder like this. So I am super happy about that. This spot in the top right, it's just like a piece of dirt. I should be able to get that off with a Q-tip and some water. So I am not worried about that. This entire deal, even if it was $300 just for this card, would have been worth it. So really happy to have that. I'm going to set that aside, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. There are only 7 of them currently that have ever been graded, which is, you know, pretty cool to have it. Really cool to get it for super cheap. So I am really thrilled about that. So I'll just show you what else is in this binder. This is my first time seeing it. You know, if there are any other misprints, feel free to point them out to me. You know, I'll probably get them on the second pass if, you know, after this video when I go through them. But I just wanted to share with everybody, you know, some of the cool cards that I ended up getting with this. You see, so there's a Hitmonchan, there's some Scythers, we got some jungle cards. And, you know, these aren't in the greatest shape, as you can see on that Giovanni's Persian. You know, the card has been bent to hell, but hey, it is what it is. We got a base set Venusaur that looks to be in pretty good condition. There's the Kingdra. It does not look like it is the additional ink variant, or the printer hickey variant, sorry. But that's still cool. And now looks like we're getting out of the hollow section. He showed me real quick in the book that there were just these few hollows on it. And he said that there's more modern cards at the back, so we'll see if that ends up being true. There may be more hollows, who knows. So, a bunch of pretty uninteresting cards so far. You know, just kind of my eye goes to look for some of the more common errors on these. I'm not seeing anything that's not the magenta ink Rattata. But still really fun to go through an old collection and see these. There's a lovely Oddish. We got an Eevee. You know, some of these I might be missing printer hickeys just because they're a little harder to see. And if you don't know the repeats, then you really have to be paying attention to them. There's a first edition LT Surge's Pikachu. Not seeing anything too exciting there. Other than, of course, I love these old sets. Got some more of the same. There's a Grimer. It's not the error Grimer with the printer hickeys. Another Rattata, not the error. Here's an Oddish. So a lot of these jungle Oddishes end up having red printer hickeys in the background that I've been finding recently. This one does not have it, but I have about 19 of them, which is pretty cool. Actually, funny enough, let me see if I can get this on camera. But that energy right there, there's a little dot that you can see. So that looks to be a printer hickey. So I can actually take that out and look at it a little more. Yep, that is definitely a printer hickey. Not really focusing that well, but you can see it on the camera. So I'm actually going to set that aside as well. Continuing to go through, not the jet plane Abra. Same thing with this oddish, not the printer hickey in the background. Got the Meowth, nothing there. These are just a bunch of commons, not the Air Slowpoke. Not too surprising because that one's really rare. Looks like the kid might have... Can't really see that too well on the camera, but you can see to the right of the Magnemite, they may have drawn on that with a crayon or got it dirty with barbecue sauce or something. But let's keep going, see if we see anything super interesting. We probably won't, but still worth a shot. You're looking at it with me for the first time here. Got a Magmar, not the Blue Flame Magmar. Got the Tangela. Yep, looks like nothing here either. I'll just kind of start flipping through these rapidly, just so everyone can see everything kind of quickly. Let's see. Oh, I thought that was a red hickey, but it's just the Team Rocket logo. We've got the stamped Mewtwo. I actually needed one of these to do an experiment on with removing the holo, because I believe that some of the cards out there that are missing not the holo, but the stamp, that some of those have actually been faked, which you can use certain chemicals or elements to remove those. So I'm going to be making a video on that on my main channel. But yeah, now I've actually been waiting to do that because I needed to order one of these, but since I got one here, I can make that soon. I love this old Clefairy doll. What a great card. Oh, that actually looks like that might be a gray stamp Charmeleon, if you can see that on camera. The card is dented, or it has two big creases right here. Doesn't really come out on camera too well, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. But you may be able to see that. But anyway, not too important. I'll set that aside. Keep going. I'm really hoping to get one of these horsies that has what I call the smokescreen hickey, which is where there's a hickey in the smoke, but still no luck finding one of those. Is that got a shadowless card here? Shadowless Jinx. Shadowless Magmar. It's a third Rattata, I believe. Still not the era. Got a first edition, but it looks like it has a lot of damage. Either it's been soaked in watercolors or something. Kind of a faint green. We'll keep going. Nothing too exciting. There's another Rattata. It's not the air. I'm still hoping to find one of those in the wild, but I do have a couple that I've purchased. Here's a Flareon. Super damaged in the bottom. Looks like more watercolors. Got lots of Dratinis. Oh, this page is actually ripped. Thank goodness that didn't happen to the Kangaskhan. Execute. All these non-hollows. Nothing too interesting there. Oh, we actually have some Japanese cards in here. I'm not very familiar with Japanese cards, but still fun to see them. And here's some of the more modern cards. This actually is not modern. We have a Hollow Flareon. So it's even more than I was expecting because he said all the hollows are at the front, but it looks like he is wrong. There is this Eevee, this Lickitung. Those are both hollow. This Jolteon's hollow. So that's actually pretty cool. Got some more of these E-Series cards. Love those. This Umbreon has some great artwork. It's super creased, but yeah, you get what you get. Wow, actually a lot of E-Series. These are not modern at all. We got a reverse hollow Vulpix. It's all scuffed up, but still a great card. What else? It's actually more vintage than modern cards in here, funny enough. Got an Esper. That's another one of my favorite cards, or Pokemon. Love that. And it looks like that is the end of it. So thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed that. And now I will show you guys a little bit of the Kangaskhan and the 7 of them that are currently out there. And I'm hoping to, well, I am going to be grading the Kangaskhan with CGC. And we will see how the grades end up. So here I have the Kangaskhan's open. I have pictures of all 7 of them that have currently been graded, so we can kind of look at each one of these. So this is an 8.5. I believe this is the most extreme example. This one is long, as well as this 6.5 over here on the right. And you can see that they're all slightly different. There's less and less additional ink depending on which ones you look at. It looks like this one had the, I guess, the least amount of additional ink. And this one, it looks like, or this one have the most. Now, what's really cool about the card that I got is it is an example of one of these more extreme copies that we have right here. So it looks like it would be probably between this 8.5 and this 5.5, maybe in terms of severity, which is really cool. I don't know what grade it's going to get. I haven't cleaned it off yet, and I don't really submit too often with CGC, but I just thought it was pretty cool to show off kind of what's out there already. And it looks like this will also be the first Kangaskhan with the new label, and that means it'll also be the first Kangaskhan that has the error label on the front that designates it as additional ink. And as far as price, I believe a 6.5 of one of these sold for around 600 at one point. Now the higher grade, I don't know about this. This one could probably go for maybe 900, maybe higher than that. I'm not sure, but I will keep you guys up to date on how my CGC submission goes with that card. And I look forward to having you all back here. And thanks for coming by. I hope to see you all soon. Have a great one.